Synced up. All right, hey everybody, it's Nathaniel Avila reporting from Dallas County, and who am I here with today?
Hi guys, it's Hanyu.
Ah. All right, so what are we talking about today?
You asked me that question, and most of the time, I do not know what or remember what we're supposed to be talking about.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about the Dyatlov Pass incident, which takes place in the winter of 1959, the Ural Mountains in Russia. When So it's about like a group of 9 experienced hikers who embark on a trek through the unforgiving wilderness.
Of course.
So
But it's Russia, so you have your vodka and your vodka.
Okay, what does that mean?
Vodka?
Yes.
Exactly how it sounds, vodka.
Oh, vodka. Oh, okay.
Yes.
All
And
right.
another one is just the Russian saying for water. It's
Okay.
vodka.
Gotcha. So we're going to go back to January 1959. So a group of 10 enthusiastic hikers from the Ural Polytechnic Institute in Sverdlovsk, Russia, embarked in an ambitious expedition to conquer the challenging slope of the Ural Mountains, led by Igor Dyatlov, an experienced hiker and engineering student. Now, the group was comprised of 8 men and 2 women, all of whom shared a deep passion for adventure of the outdoors. Now, their destination was the infamous Kholat Syakhl, a foreboding mountain in the northern part of the range. The group's objective was to reach the summit, an accomplishment that would demonstrate their skills and solidify their place among the elite hikers of the time. Now, the team was well prepared, equipped with appropriate winter gear, tents, food supplies, and cameras to document their journey. They set off in January 27, 1959, living the frigid temperatures and challenging terrain, which included steep slopes, dense forests, and unforgiving winds. Now, days into their expedition, they were encountered a worsening weather conditions. A combination of heavy snowfall and gusty winds slowed their progress and forced them to deviate from the planned route. Now, yeah, exactly. On January 31st, the group made a fateful decision to set up camp on the eastern slope of Kholat Syakhl, now forever known as Dyatlov Pass. It was there, in the desolate and remote location, that the group's fate took a horrifying turn. Something unimaginable transpired during that cold winter's night, leaving behind a trail of perplexing evidence. Now, the investigators would later piece together fragments of the incident, painting a haunting picture of the hikers' final hours. So let's talk about that. Are you ready to hear about that?
Yeah. Those poor hikers.
So the first.
It all started with the debate.
It all started with the what?
Deviating from the plan.
Oh yeah, you can't deviate from the plan. So, let me see. Oh, the first puzzling discovery came when the search party found the group's abandoned tent, ripped open from the inside. The hikers' belongings were left behind, suggesting a sudden and panicked escape. Footprints led away from the tent, some leading toward the nearby forest, others back down the slope. The search for the missing hikers intensified, and over the following weeks, their bodies were discovered in a scattered and harrowing manner. Some were found only a few hundred meters from the tent, while others were located deeper into the forest, partially buried in the snow. The state in which they were found added to the eerie atmosphere surrounding the incident.
Peaceful sleep.
Mm-hmm. So several of the hikers had suffered severe injuries, including broken bones, fractured skulls, and internal trauma, consistent with the force of a car crash or a high velocity impact. Yet there were no external signs of a struggle. No evidence of an assailant or animal attack. Now, some bodies were found in a state of undress, wearing only underwear or lacking footwear despite the freezing temperatures. Now, the perplexing nature of the Dyatlov Pass incident prompted an extensive investigation by Soviet authorities. Speculation and theories arose, ranging from natural disasters such as avalanches and snowstorms to more sinister explanations involving military intervention or even encounters with otherworldly beings. Now,
Bingo!
you think that's it? So, yet some of the hypotheses could provide an inclusive answer to what might truly inspired that fateful night. So let's talk about that. So, in the wake of the disappearance of the Dyatlov hiking group, a massive search and rescue operation was launched to locate the missing hikers. Now, the authorities were alerted when the group failed to return as scheduled, and concern grew as days turned into weeks without any communication from the expedition team. January 20th, 1959, a search party consisting of volunteers, military personnel, and experienced hikers were assembled, equipped with sleds, skis, and rescue dogs, as they set out to explore the treacherous terrain of the Ural Mountains surrounding Dyatlov Pass. Now, a search effort faced numerous challenges due to harsh weather conditions. The area was blanketed under deep snow, and the temperatures were unforgivingly cold. Despite these obstacles, the researchers pressed on, driven by the urgency to find their missing comrades. Are you going to find your missing comrade?
Of course.
Okay. So days turned into weeks as the searchers combined the area meticulously. On February 26th, almost a month after the hikers were last heard from, the first breakthrough occurred. A group of searchers stumbled upon the group's abandoned tent, situated on the eastern slope of Kholat Syakhl. The tent was torn open from the inside, creating a scene of confusion and alarm. Inside the tent, searchers found the hikers' belongings, including warm clothing, boots, and personal items. The discovery raised immediate concerns about the hikers' safety and well-being, and it appeared though they had left the tents in a hurry and possibly in a state of panic. Now, following the attacks leading away from the tent, the search party continued their grim task. Days of painstaking effort eventually led to the first tragic discovery on February 27th. The body of Yuri Doroshenko was found in the woods, located approximately 1.5 kilometers from the tent. He was barefoot and dressed only in his underwear, a stark indication of the extreme conditions he had endured. So what do you think? We found Doroshenko. What does that mean?
I mean, if one is dead, they're all dead.
I mean, yeah, he's all dead, but he's also naked. What's the deal with that?
That would depend on what he was envisioning when he became naked.
Okay.
Could be definitely one of those your mind was placed under a certain thing, and he might have been trying to get a little spicy with someone.
Okay. So that's your theory. He was trying to get spicy with someone in the tent, and then something happened.
No, not with this someone in the tent.
Oh, okay.
Someone in whatever reality that he was placed in.
Oh, okay. Okay. So let's fast forward in the next couple of days. So the searchers discovered more bodies scattered across the area, like Georgy Krovinishenko and Yuri Doroshenko were found closer to the tent, while the remains of Igor Dyatlov and Zinaida Kilmagorova were found approximately 300 meters away, heading back toward the tent. The search party persevered, uncovering the remaining bodies in the following weeks. Rustam Slobodin, Alexander Kolevatov, and Ludmila Dubanina were discovered buried in the snow, some with severe injuries, suggesting immense force had been exerted upon them. Now, the most startling discovery came in May, when the bodies of Nikolai Thibault Bruganoli and Simeon Zolotaryov were found in a ravine deeper into the forest. The injuries were sustained by these individuals were particularly gruesome, adding a layer of mystery to the already perplexing case. Now, the search and discovery of the hikers' bodies left investigators and searchers puzzled and disturbed. Now, the circumstances surrounding their deaths raise more questions than answers, and the autopsies conducted revealed no signs of a struggle or external trauma that would explain the severity of the injuries. The investigation only deepened the mystery of the theories, and speculations emerged in an attempt to make sense of the tragic events. So, what is your theory?
My theory goes to watching enough Star Trek to say they were envisioned to something that they would like to see. Something spooked them in said vision. And as they were trying to survive whatever vision they came to, something went wrong.
Oh no. Well, let's talk about what the investigation found out. So yeah, it was launched immediately after the hikers' bodies were discovered. Now, Soviet authorities, perplexed by the mysterious circumstances surrounding the tragedy, sought to uncover the truth behind the hikers' untimely demise. So a special commission was established, led by prosecutor Lev Ivanov, to examine the evidence and conduct a thorough investigation. The team consisted of experienced investigators, forensic experts, and representatives from various fields, all tasked with unraveling and puzzling events that had taken place in the Ural Mountains. The investigation began meticulously examining the scene where the hiker's tent had been found. The torn and hastily abandoned tent provided crucial clues about the moments leading up to the group's disappearance. Now, investigators meticulously documented the condition of the tent, the footprints leading away from it, and the belongings left behind. Photographs were taken, measurements were recorded, and every detail was analyzed in an attempt to reconstruct the sequence of events. Now, the autopsies conducted in the recovered bodies were another vital aspect of the investigation. Forensic experts meticulously examined each body, noting the injuries sustained by any other significant findings. The extent of the injuries puzzled the investigators, as some hikers displayed traumatic injuries such as fractured skulls and broken bones, despite no visible external signs of a struggle or attack. Now, the examination of the bodies also revealed unusual and disturbing details. Some of the victims showed sign of paradoxical undressing, a phenomenon associated with severe hypothermia, where individuals experiencing extreme cold remove their clothing despite being unaware of the consequences. Additionally, traces of radiation were reportedly found in some of the hikers' clothing, further adding to the intrigue and speculation surrounding the case. So what do you think? You think it has something to do with this paradoxical undressing? Is that anything? Hello? Are you there? Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Okay, so what do you think about the paradoxical undressing thing?
I mean, it's undressing, so there's only so many theories of either you got too hot, but when you're in the ice, why would you need to take clothes off in the hotness?
In the hot, you mean the
Or
coldness?
hey,
I don't know. I mean, that's why it's called. That's why it's paradoxical, I guess. So, various theories emerged during the investigation, with avalanche being one of the primary hypotheses. What do you think? Do you agree with that statement?
I mean, it's a statement.
So you don't think it's an avalanche?
I don't think it's an avalanche.
What else could it be? The vision thing?
I still maintain a vision.
Okay. So, now the evidence actually does not support the avalanche, actually, as there are no signs of a significant avalanche in the area. Furthermore, the peculiar circumstances surrounding the hikers' injuries in the absence of external trauma challenged the avalanche theory. As the investigation progressed, Alternative theories began to circulate. Some proposed military involvement, suggesting the hikers accidentally stumbled upon a secret military operation, leading to their demise. Others speculated about the involvement of local indigenous groups known as the Mansi people, or even supernatural or extraterrestrial phenomena. So,
It's been a while.
what was that?
It's been a while
It's been a while for what?
to watch Supernatural.
Like the show?
Yeah.
Didn't it end a while ago?
Yes, but that doesn't stop any of us from asking more about it.
Okay, I guess so. So, despite the intense scrutiny and extensive investigation, the official conclusion of the Soviet investigation, published in May 1959, provided little clarity. The report stated that the cause of the hiker's death was an unknown compelling force, leaving the case officially unsolved. The report also emphasized that there were no indications of foul play or criminal activity. Now, in the years following the incident, subsequent investigations and independent research have continued to explore the Dyatlov Pass incident. Numerous theories and hypotheses have been put forward, including theories of infrasound, snow slab avalanches, and even rare weather phenomena. However, none have provided definitive explanation that can account for all the evidence and circumstances surrounding the tragedy. So, in the aftermath of the Dyatlov Pass incident, numerous reports and accounts emerged, adding further layers of intrigue and speculation to the already perplexing case. Now, these reports, often from witness or individuals with connections to the incident, contributed to the ongoing fascination and mystery surrounding the tragedy. Now, one of the notable reports came from the group of hikers who had set up camp approximately 50 kilometers south of Dyatlov Pass, and the same night as the ill-fated Dyatlov group. They claimed to have witnessed strange orange orbs or lights in the sky in the direction of Kolatsyakal, where Dyatlov hikers were camping. Some theorize that these lights may have been related to military activity or other unidentified phenomena. So what do you think? What do you think about these lights? Do you think there's something? Do you think they have something to do with it?
They could be something, yes.
Okay, do you think they had something to do with it?
Probably.
What do they do?
Light, any kind of weird lights, if you don't know where it's coming from, just assume that they're a branch off of, similar to the whisk of will-o-wisp.
Okay. So another intriguing report emerged from local indigenous Mansi hunter, who allegedly encountered a group of hikers on the night of the incident. According to his account, he saw the hikers setting up camp and engaging in what seemed like a normal evening. However, he also mentioned that he observed strange glowing orange spears in the sky. The Mansi hunter's testimony, although disputed by some, added an element of mystery and otherworldly speculation to the case. Additionally, reports of unusual radioactivity levels in the vicinity of the incident have surfaced over the years. Some investigators claim to have detected elevated radiation readings in the clothing of the hikers, suggesting exposure to radioactive materials. However, these findings remain controversial, with some critics attributing the elevated readings to natural sources or post-incident contamination. So, what do you think about that? Do you think the radiation was there, had something to do with it, or was it just something happened afterwards?
Probably afterwards. Okay. Residue left behind.
Okay, so let's fast forward all the way to 1990. A Russian newspaper, Komsomolskaya Pravda, published an article featuring an interview with a former police officer who claimed that the case had been classified as top secret. According to his report, the police officer had been classified documents that indicated a presence of unidentified flying objects, or UFOs, at the time of the incident. However, the authenticity of this claim remains unverified. So, numerous books, documentaries, and investigations have been conducted over the years, incorporating these reports and attempting to shed light on the truth behind the Dyatlov Pass incident. These accounts, while intriguing, also contribute to a wide array of theories and speculations surrounding the case, ranging from natural disasters and paranormal encounters to government cover-ups and secret experiments. So let's move on to the next bit, which is the aftermath of the Dyatlov Pass incident, which had far-reaching effects, leaving an indelible mark on the families of the victims, the local community, and the field of exploration. The tragedy, coupled with the unsolved nature of the case, generated a wide range of emotional and social and scientific consequences. The families of the hikers of the aftermath brought unimaginable grief and lasting sense of loss. The sudden and mysterious deaths of their loved ones shattered their lives, leaving behind a void that could never be filled. The families grappled with unanswered questions, longing for closure and an understanding of what truly conspired that fateful night. So what do you think about that? What do you think about these families?
I'm sorry that they lost loved ones, but at some point, death is going to happen.
I don't know. I don't think they expected it to be so sudden and mysterious.
No, there's not that many deaths that are not sudden and mysterious.
Okay, so now the local community in Sverdlovsk was also deeply affected by the incident. Now, the news of the hikers' disappearance and subsequent discovery of their bodies sent shockwaves through the region. The incident became a subject of intense media coverage and speculation, instilling a sense of unease and fascination within the community. On a broader scale, the Dyatlov Pass incident had a profound impact on the field of exploration and mountaineering. The tragedy prompted a re-evaluation of safety protocols and expedition planning as experts sought to prevent similar incidents in the future. Lessons were learned from the case, leading to improved communication systems, better equipment, and increased awareness of potential risks and dangers inherent to an extreme wilderness exploration. Now, enduring mystery of the Dyatlov Pass incident also captured the attention of the public and garnered widespread interest around the world. The case became the subject of numerous books, documentaries, and online discussions. Amateur investigators, conspiracy theorists, and enthusiasts delved into the details, offering their own theories and interpretation. So, let's go on to what these theories are. So, the first one is the avalanche theory. And you think that's the least likely? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, it is believed that the sudden release of snow and ice from the mountain slopes above Dyatlov Pass could have swept away the tent, prompting the hikers to flee in a state of panic. However, critics argue that there's a lack of substantial evidence to support this theory, and the terrain and conditions of the site do not exhibit typical signs of an avalanche, such as debris or displaced snow. Now, another hypothesis is that powerful katabatic winds, known for their swift and forceful descent from higher elevations, may have caused the tragedy. Now, these winds are notorious for their ability to create dangerous conditions such as disorienting whiteouts and extreme wind chill. It is postulated that the hikers may have caught in a sudden violent gust, leading to confusion and ultimately their demise. Now, the theory of infrasound is another one, which suggests that the hikers may have been subjected to low-frequency sound waves below the range of human hearing. In certain environmental conditions, such as specific topography or wind patterns, these infrasound waves can be generated by natural phenomena, such as wind passing over the mountains. Now, it is hypothesized that prolonged exposure to infrasound may have caused feelings of unease, panic, and irrational behavior among the hikers, leading to their tragic end. So, the next one is that the incident may have related to a secret military tests or operations. Now, it is believed that the hikers unintentionally stumbled upon a military experiment or encountered equipment that led to their demise. Now, this theory is supported by reports of the region being used for military activities at the time. However, concrete evidence to substantiate this theory remains elusive, and it is largely based on speculation and conjecture. Now, the next one is the paradoxical undressing bit, which is a phenomenon observed in cases of severe hypothermia. Now, where individuals experiencing extreme cold could remove their clothing despite their life-threatening consequences. Now, this behavior is thought to result in the brain's impaired judgment due to the effects of hypothermia. This theory suggests that the hikers may have succumbed to hypothermia and experienced the paradoxical undressing, which could explain their bodies being found partially clothed or lacking proper footwear. So, which one of these theories do you think happened? Is it?
It could be the hypothermia. I like the gust of wind one also, but the only reason I like that one is because of the change of plans.
Okay.
So if they hadn't got off the trail that they were on, they might have actually survived. But what changed the plans but more severe cold and wind? So I feel like the first factor to this whole phenomenon is the wind disoriented them or guided them up towards the Dyatlov Pass.
Mm-hmm. So you think it's the wind bit?
Yes.
Okay.
The wind and the lights.
Okay, the lights. Okay, gotcha. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much that's the story of the Dyatlov Pass incident. What do you think about this whole thing?
It seems really interesting, and I feel like there could be more to it, but since there's not much more, and it's kind of like, other than they're dead, we can't find out. Something happens that they have no physical evidence, no outer physical evidence to show that the inside physical evidence is showing demise.
Okay. Do you think we'll ever find out what happened?
Not unless the aliens that were announced that are real from the government and the ones that do interdimensional travel come and tell us specifically that was their fault. No.
I don't know. Did they ever was there any interdimensional? Did they ever talk about the interdimensional thing in the hearings? I don't think so.
I don't know. Everyone's pretty much is like it got it was announced.
Yeah.
And there was nothing, and then it just kept going with the hearing, it was just a bloop, hey, aliens exist and they have interdimensional travel.
I don't know about the whole aliens exist thing. I think they might have found biological stuff that came from another planet. I don't know about intelligent life.
I don't know. The way the government said it says they've been in contact with actual aliens. That's it.
No,
okay.
They found biologicals.
Yep. Well, let's see what happens. Let's see what the government has to say, because we trust the government, right?
Right.
Okay. Well, that's the story of the Dyatlov Pass incident. I've been Nathaniel Avila.
And I'm Hanyu.
Yeah, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to a Vision podcast, home of wacky talkies, The Kingdom, Evil Exists, and many more.